episode. Who gives a fuck? Back with Thomas Mitchell. You going by Tommy these days?
Tommy, dude.
Tom, is that new?
No, I was Tommy my whole life. And then I was like introducing myself as Thomas. Didn't fit. And then somebody texted me. They go, yo, how was potluck? I'm like, what are you talking about? They're like, dude, I saw your name. There's another Tom Mitchell in L.A. So I was like, thank God I'm going Tommy.
Loser.
Yeah.
Fuck that Thomas Mitchell.
Yeah, fuck Tom
I don't know
Mitchell.
who he is, but he can suck my cock.
Yeah, so, yeah. Suck Randy's cock now. That's how you get into comedy.
Watch, I'm going to have him on the... He's going to be a fucking smash. He's going to be the next goddamn Matt Rife. Yeah. I'm going to be fucking sucking his kneecaps to come on this podcast.
Dude, I hope he's the next Matt Rife, because then people will just book me thinking it's him.
I don't know about that, dude. I'm sure there's a few Bill Burrs out there who aren't getting booked.
That's true. That's true. Billy Burr. Like, hey, Tommy Mitchell. Oh, shit. Yeah, look at that. So Thomas Mitchell is actually a famous actor, and what's hilarious is when you Google it, my fucking headshots come up, which is so. Look,
yeah, there's
YouTube,
24
me.
black and white ones, and then you.
Me, yeah. he's Uncle Billy in It's a Wonderful Life, and was like the dad in Gone with the Wind.
Yeah, there's no famous Randy Valerios out there, including the one on this podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the most famous Randy Valerio there is.
That's
Easy,
good.
Riggs.
I know. That's what I was like. I can't be Thomas Mitchell. This dude's got a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, you know. But in case that happens,
there might be Tommy Mitchells out there.
That is true. I haven't met one yet, but I'm waiting for it.
I don't know, but you got the Burt Reynolds mustache going. It was new when you were here last. I looked it up, January 31st.
There's some other Randy Valerios out here, though, by the way.
Any of them fucking better looking than me? That fucking homo? The funny part about this, who the fuck is that mutant? The funny part about all this shit is that I have
Dude.
Goat Health Management? What the fuck?
You are winning, but you're not the only one.
No.
Dude, that's so
shit,
funny.
You better hope that guy's not a Randy Valerio.
Who?
That's a good-looking dude right there.
He better not be.
Fox Magazine. Ooh.
Oh, no, he looks gay. I mean, he's good looking.
Conversations with Randy Valerio Martinez.
Not me.
Conversado con. That is conversation with
in
Spanish.
Thanks, Thomas Mitchell.
Yeah, I took Spanish in college.
I took freshman year Spanish.
Yeah. Dude, I was in college. I went to liberal arts school, so you had to take a language. So I put it off all 4 years. And then as a senior, I was in Spanish 1 with like freshmen. Most embarrassing thing. Dude, I come in hungover. These kids are fucking.
But I bet the chicks were hot.
The chicks were hot. I was like, yeah, but here's the thing.
Who gives a fuck, dude?
Yeah, but here's the thing. I was like a fat idiot in college, so I'm like coming in. I smell like Doritos and fucking tequila, and then I'm like trying to talk to these girls. I'm like, "Hola, señorita."
Yeah, they're Puerto Rican girls from the Bronx who are taking it because they already know Spanish.
Yeah,
you know they're trying to skate by, and then all fucking Whitey shows up with his mustache. Get the fuck out of here!
Yeah. Dude, college was a wild time. Yeah, nobody believes.
Where'd you go to school again?
I went to Albright College in Reading, PA. I played lacrosse there.
Oh my
Literally
God.
the only reason I
doesn't
went to
get
college.
whiter than lacrosse,
dude. So white, the whitest sport. It's the one sport the whites still
have. Did you rape? Is that part of the program?
No, did not. Also, that is this is the thing. This is the most valid like way to prove that like bad publicity will stick with you no matter what.
Of course.
The Duke people were all found innocent, but lacrosse is still the rape sport.
Oh, dude, no, I'll go beyond that. So that story broke while I was still in college.
Oh, like 04?
Yeah, I was in college from 0105.
Where'd you go?
I went to Brown.
Subtle brag, Ivy League?
I don't tell anybody because it doesn't do anything for me.
Yeah.
People are like, what
they also don't believe it.
Oh, nobody believes it. Nobody believes it.
We're all in the same playpen now.
Yeah, nobody believes it. Jeff Dye jokes about it all the time. He's like, Randy's the smartest guy I know. He spends all day proving otherwise.
Yeah.
It was dumb shit I do. But I was there when the shit broke. Not only was it proved that they were innocent, it was proved she was lying, and then that woman who made those claims went to jail for 20 years because she killed her boyfriend.
Yeah.
So they were completely exonerated. And those kids, they sued Duke, they sued
NCAA,
the DA, they got all these multi-million-dollar settlements. Still, everyone thinks they're guilty.
Yeah.
But this is one thing that I was surprised by. Brown's known as one of the liberal bastions, especially even amongst the Ivy League, which is all fucking crazy left. They let in 3 of those guys who got kicked off of Duke's team to play for Brown's team because they were good players. Yeah. And they were like, they were exonerated. They let them in. Like, so it's one of those things like, publicly Brown is, we're super liberal, but they want to win fucking lacrosse games. We'll take some rapers to win games.
Yeah. quotation.
Yeah,
Possible.
Yeah, potential rapers.
Dude, that was one of the first 30 for 30s when ESPN came out. That was like one of the first ones that came out.
Yeah.
And that was, that whole story was crazy. Like the cops were like, they were like in their bathroom. They're like, we found their fingernails in the trash can. It's like, yeah, no shit, dude. That's proof.
Yeah, I'm surprised they found them in the
proof
trash
of
can.
good hygiene, buddy.
And not in their rug.
Yeah.
When I was living in a fucking Brown, it was a goddamn cesspool. Oh my God, no one was throwing anything.
Yeah, dude, our lacrosse house was disgusting, dude. The whole college, the fact that they were putting their toenail clippings in the trash can is amazing.
Yeah, it's a step up. It's a real coup for them.
Yeah, the Ivy of the South, they're fucking gentlemen.
Oh, Duke.
Oh, fucking, I know. I was like one of those dudes.
Were you one of those guys who like walk with their stick around campus and doing the little shit?
Oh yeah, cradling, just like
Oh my God, what a hard on,
dude. It was the vibe of lacrosse, but dude, it's like so funny too because like there's so many different variations people make fun of us for. Dude, I was the guy like wearing pastels, like trying to be like such a bro. I was in school.
My collar was popped. I was fucking.
Yeah.
I'm not from New York. I'm not one of those kids.
The double polos like Kanye West in 04.
I never did double polo. I didn't have enough stones to pull off double polo.
Listen, the Kanye West double polo pop in 04 with the college
Kanye
dropout.
West. Oh,
what a look.
I was in school before. I mean, Kanye West was around, but the double polo pop was from like fucking the 80s.
Yeah.
Like it was a throwback to that.
Yeah. Well, then it was
Chase Hogaboom. Shout out Chase Hogaboom wherever you are. Double pop collar.
Dude, for me in like high school, it was like the Aeropastel, the Hollisters.
Oh
they did the double pop, all the white kids, great hair,
What
puka shell
the fuck
necklaces.
Were you thinking the puka shell necklace?
Dude, insane. Isn't it?
A man wearing a choker. I mean, is there anything more gay than that?
Yeah, a puka shell, a
puka shell choker. Is there anything gayer than that?
That's worse than what, a pearl necklace, buddy. You could have wore a real pearl necklace. Either one. The puka shell was worse.
Yeah.
Or the shark tooth. Dudes would wear like the one shark tooth. I'm like, what the fuck are we doing?
What do you think you are, John Rambo in Rambo 2?
Johnny Tsunami. He's like, oh, dude, hit the waves. No, you fucking bought that at the Ocean City Boardwalk. It's
Johnny
like
Tsunami.
It's literally, dude, it's so funny, like looking back, like, not to sound like an old man now, but like looking back on like how like fashion was and shit, like growing up and like what it is today. Like, dude, like now being emo is cool. Like, if you're the varsity if you're the star quarterback of your high school team, you're the biggest loser in the school.
Which is crazy.
Yeah, and if you're like the kid that just wears all black, paints their nails, and is like, my parents hate me, you're banging the hottest girl.
Oh no, dude, you got to be trans to be in these days.
Yeah, it's like Pete Davidson would clean up in high school today.
Oh my God,
like him, Machine Gun Kelly.
Those guys were getting stuffed in lockers when I was a kid.
Yeah, even when dude, I remember I was like. Growing up, I was very much like a dude who played sports, but I also did like musical theater. Freshman,
it shows.
Yeah, I love musical. I'm not afraid. Yeah, here's the thing. I'm not afraid to admit this. During the pandemic, I was so bored living at my parents' house in Philly. I was like, man, I've always wanted to take tap dancing lessons. So I looked up where to take tap dancing lessons. Dude, it was me and a bunch of MILFs. That was the best time of the pandemic. I'm flirting with a bunch of 50-year-old moms, telling them how I'm like, oh, I'm a comic. I'm like, want to be an actor. I love Gene Kelly and tap dancing. They're like, oh, we want to fuck you. And I'm like, yeah, let's do it.
You put taps on Jordans?
Yeah. I wore Jordan 4s and just put the heels on there. I was the fucking swaggiest tap dancer there was.
You showed up to tap dance class with your Jordans on, and then right to the fucking rec league court. And like, who's clicking? What?
Dude, yeah.
But what? Use your no. You
yeah.
Tommy's playing.
Yeah, dude, fucking crossing people up.
Oh, Tommy Two Guard over there.
Dude, I'm like Zac Efron in High School Musical, just wearing fucking tap dancing shoes while dropping threes.
You're the only guy who could slide on the basketball court.
Yeah. It's not a travel. These shoes happen to do it.
Yeah, I got steel bottoms, baby.
Yeah.
I'm sliding.
But dude, no, it's like funny. Like now, like I don't know. Like I got like nieces and nephews. They're not in high school yet, but I'm like, I wonder if like kids still get bullied. Because I remember my freshman year, I was on the football team and I auditioned for the play. And everyone's like, what are you, gay? And I'm like, I'm not gay. And then I never did theater again because I was like, being called gay. In 2009, being called gay was the worst thing possible.
Oh, yeah.
And now I'm like, now it's like, oh, if you're the dude that is doing musical theater, the girls are like, we want to hook up with you after prom.
He's so in touch with his emotions.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, look at he's so vulnerable out there.
That's what I mean. I was like, damn, I was born like 10 years too early. I would have crushed in high school today.
That's the thing, man. There was a transition period, I feel like, where being a vulnerable man was like, oh, look at him, like getting in touch with his, you know,
sensitive side.
Sensitive side. Now guys are so fucking dog shit soft, baby shit soft that like women are like, fucking, can you stop crying and just choke me a little bit during this sex. Like,
they're like, choke me like your puka shell necklace.
Yeah, slap me. Slap me the way your father wished he had. Beat me the way your father should have to make you a man.
It's so insane. I'm like, I was like, dude, if you're a parent now, I'm like, dude, I used to get my ass like I would get fucking. I got soap in the mouth for cursing. I get hit. My dad and I would get fist fights. I'm like, now, if you're a dad and like grab your kid by the wrist, I feel like child services is there.
Oh man, no. I grew up in New York City, man, and hitting your kid was fucking more than normal.
Yeah, Philly, that's a fucking common.
I get sent to the dean's office, and I'd be up there, waiting for my mom to show up, my dad to show up. There'd be other kids' parents showing up before me, and the parents would just beat the shit out of them right in front of the administration. Dude, I mean, like belt off, just whipping them in the principal's office. But not even that. Like at the end of the day, like. When I was in 5th grade, I'd go pick up my brother in 1st grade. Yeah, I was 10 years old. I'd walk to the other,
other side of school,
and would like release him to my
release him.
To my authority or possession or whatever. And and then I started taking the subway, like in middle school. Like nobody cared. Now, if you sent your kid to walk to school alone, Child Protective Services would descend upon you for neglect. It's like you let your kid walk 8 blocks in Manhattan or in Queens to school. That's neglect. It's like, what? I mean, we were free range kids, man.
Yeah,
no one knew where I was until the streetlights came on.
No,
I would just show up later.
You ride your bike meet up with your friends, and you come home at some point.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what it was. And your parents were already asleep, and they were like, "Yeah, whatever, we didn't care."
Yeah. Dude, they were hoping you wouldn't come back.
Yeah, honestly, there's a school, St. Joe's Prep in North Philly. Yeah. It's like in a very dangerous section. It's like right by Temple. And I was really stupid in school, so my parents sent me to the summer camp there. Okay. It was called Pre-8th. It was supposed to prepare you for 8th grade, which is insane. But it's in North Philly, and it's 2 months long. Nobody had cell phones yet. So my parents are sending me to North Philly without a phone. I could have nobody, but that was just what you did.
Yeah, no one
was upset about it. You just did it. You got on a bus and you hope to God you got off when you get home.
Yeah, and no one, there's no pity. There was no like, the kid has to go to this. It's like, fucking kid's got to go to summer school, moron.
Yeah,
they'd blame the kid.
Yeah, now it's like, look
at this fucking idiot. He's got to go to school in the summer.
Yeah, he's like, fucking you idiot. Yeah, it's like everyone else at summer camp. You're like, no, I'm not that dumb. I just got to do this for a little. Oh my God. I took that test to get in. My dad wanted me to go there because it was like a Jesuit school, like super Catholic. Dude, I took the test and I swear to God, I did so bad. The results came back and was like, you need to get him tested for like special ed. I was like, that is the most Catholic way to call me. Say I have Down syndrome, retardation, retarded, whatever. I'm like, just say that. It's 2010. You can say it.
Well, yeah, I mean, that was kind of on the cusp of being able to say it, I mean, I'm so fucking old, Tom. I was, let's see, I'm 41. So I remember there was a kid living across the street who had cerebral palsy.
Yeah.
Friends with him, friends with his family. And his parents called him retarded.
Yeah.
And like, I'm just repeating what they called him then. And me telling the story of what they called him then makes
you look
me
like
sound
a
like
bad
a bigot.
Guy. Yeah.
I'm like, listen, I didn't say any of that. They said that.
Okay. You ready for a little history fun fact?
Let's do it.
Okay. So before the word retarded, the word that was used to describe people with mental learning disabilities, Down syndrome, things like that, was idiot and moron.
Mongoloid.
There was that, but idiot and moron was one. And so I think it was like in the 60s or 70s, they said the politically correct term was that they were retarded and idiot and moron was wrong.
Yeah.
And it's this long cycle of like,
it always changes.
It's going to change and they're going to come out and say another word. And then it's like, it's just a long cycle. And I get it. Like, people like the word, I get it has a bad feeling to people, but like it's people take the word and try to make it so malicious. Where it's like, look, I'm not going to sit here. I was born in 93. People say it. People said it growing up. It was just a normal thing.
Before you, and it was more than normal. And that's the thing. Like words change over time, and I get it. But the idea that like, oh, I can't believe you said that. It's like, well, that was the word then.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, so my favorite example is people of color and colored people. Now it's people of color.
Okay.
When my grandmother's day was
my favorite example is there's a pimple in time in like the late 99s, early 2000s when everyone started rapping the N-word and everyone would say it like it was okay. Like you could call your friends that And then all of a sudden that got buckled
Where was
down
this?
really quick.
In southern Indianapolis? Where the fuck are you from, right here?
No, it was.
I don't remember
This was
saying
in
the
Texas.
Yeah,
Only in Texas.
Yeah, I don't remember saying the N-word to my black friends. Dude.
No.
I mean,
Oh, no.
But
I'm kidding.
No, but I get what you're saying. That's like the thing is like, look, I truthfully, like, I do try to like correct. I'm like, look,
whatever you want. Yeah.
I'm learning. I try not to say it. Does it come out? Yeah, I'm not perfect.
See, that's
but
where
I'm learning to like try not to say it and appease. But it is one of those things. It's like, it's only a matter of time before there's another word. And then it's like the way we use idiot and moron. Like, you know, people would like to argue, but it's that's what it is.
Give us the grace. It's like, oh yeah, you're not supposed to say that anymore. Okay. Sorry, I slip up once in a while. I'm getting it right.
Yeah, I'm trying.
But then like, but they don't give you any grace in that. They're like, you know, oh, you know, you fucking, you know, you didn't ask my pronouns. Like, I didn't know that was a thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's brand new.
Yeah.
They're like, how dare you call? I was like, I didn't know. I wasn't supposed to. You didn't give me any forewarning. You know,
It wasn't
They
a-
assume that you're supposed to know right away, and if not, you're an asshole. It's like, come on, man. Like, if I just met you, I don't expect you to know my name.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
No.
how would I know your fucking pronouns? I just met you.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's one of those weird things. Like I said, the people of color, colored people. My grandmother, I had her on this podcast 2 years ago. She's 94.
Yeah.
She tells a story about how, you know, how she quit her job because her best friend Eunice, who was a black lady, she found out she was getting paid less than her.
So your grandma quit her job.
Yeah, she's like, you know, and I quit at a protest, you know, because my colored friend Eunice was getting paid less than I was, and I know you're not supposed. You know, I know she goes, I know you're not supposed to say colored anymore, but that's what we called them back then. And people could theoretically shit on her for calling her friend colored, even though she quit her job in protest for the right reason.
Yeah.
And it's like people of color, colored people, it means the same thing.
Yeah.
It's just a nomenclature thing, and you have to give people time to absorb into and to move into that.
And also,
you know, like give them some fucking grace. Like I said, like if you just met me today and like, oh, you know, you're a white guy. Oh, I'm not. I'm Dominican. Well, fuck you. No, you have no idea. Of course you have no idea. How would you know? How would you know? It's unfair.
You don't. It is very unfair. And it's especially like, dude, like my grandfather, God rest his soul. I remember this was hilarious. He's like, I was working at like a bar down the street in where we're from. And he's like, yeah, you're from Ireland, old school, off the boat from Ireland, just grew up in a different way. He's like, sure. I heard their Orientals bought the beer distributor.
Yeah.
And then people, like, I was like, you can't say Oriental. But I'm like, how am I going to tell a 95-year-old man? It's like,
it's too late. Yeah.
It's like you
spent
live your
95 years.
Yeah. It's just what it was. And it's like times change and you try to adapt to it.
He didn't say I killed the Orientals because they were Oriental. He just mentioned them.
It's like, now I'm not saying that, but it's like for him, I'm not going to like, for me to sit there and correct my grandfather, it would be like, you know, people are like, you got to teach like older I'm like, they're 95. He's just counting down the days till he's dead.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like at the end of the day, he's fine. He's just like, I'm good.
In this day and age, Abraham Lincoln wasn't progressive enough. Like, you know, he freed the slaves, but you know, he didn't think they were equal. It's like, you know, he thought way ahead of everyone else at the time by giving them freedom. That's the world we're living in now. It's like Abraham Lincoln freeing the slaves wasn't enough. He had to think they were equal. It's like, do you understand at the time, no one was even close to that thought.
No, yeah.
Like I'm saying, like no one was giving freedom to slavery.
The world is always progressing in a way, and you learn how to like now. I get your pronouns wrong, you correct me. Great, I will respect that. It's fine. Like because it doesn't personally matter to me.
I don't care. Yeah,
it's like it's whatever you want that makes you feel comfortable. Great, I want you to feel comfortable around me. But it's like we're all gonna make mistakes. It's like you can't live your like I'm always like I'm 31. I'm like I've lived my life for so long, and when I was in my late 20s, when all this stuff really started coming about, like I was in college 10 years ago, and none of this mattered.
Yeah,
it was like it wasn't like really a thing being taught. It wasn't activized on campus the way it is today.
Yeah.
So it's like you live your life a certain way. It's like you try to be better. You're going to make mistakes along the way. And I think that's the problem. Is like the problem where people get disassociated is like. I don't want to say shoving it down their throat, but it's like
it's a gotcha moment. They're looking like, oh, he fucked up, got him.
Yeah, and it's
like I was like, of course I'm gonna fuck up. I didn't grow up with this.
Yeah, you got to let us grow and progress.
Yeah, it's like me not knowing how to use my iPhone. It's like, I didn't have one when I was 12.
Yeah,
so I got to learn how to use a fucking thing. Give me a break.
Yeah, it's like people's like, are people gonna hate Alabama football because they're the last college to integrate the football team? Like that's really what it is.
How come people aren't boycotting baseball? They didn't break the color barrier until the fucking 60s.
Yeah, it's one of the 40s. That's exactly what it is. It's like you progress with the times and you learn from it. But the whole thing with like the R word and stuff, it's like I get it and I'm like, trying to be better about it. But I go, the way it worked. Like, you know, idiot and moron were technically worse than that word because they were like, we need a new word because these are so.
Oh yeah.
Like to the point where like I think in New Mexico they had a state law that said idiots and morons aren't allowed to vote until like 2015 or something. They just changed the law. People didn't realize idiot and moron meant people with Down syndrome and disabilities were not allowed to vote in the state of New Mexico because it's listed as idiot and moron, and people don't
define idiot and moron. Yeah,
it's a common word now that we use. It's I don't know. It's
here's a weird question, and this might freak out the room.
Oh, let's do it.
So can people with learning disabilities give consent if they're overage? Like, how does that work?
I believe
like
so.
if you met like a really hot chick with Down syndrome, can she give consent? Do you think? Is that Mike? Can you look that up?
By the dating shows on the internet, all of them always be fucking.
Yeah, that's true. Love on the spectrum, bro. That you know what was insane?
Yeah, but they're having sex with other people with mental disabilities.
Without it. Well,
yeah, like what is the consent laws with somebody? Because I mean, listen, if you're 25 years old and you have Down syndrome, you can still buy a beer. You don't. Have, I mean, you don't have to have a driver's license. You just prove you're 21, and you can get blacked out drunk at a bar. They cannot not serve you.
Yeah,
because it's your right.
It's your legal
as an
right.
adult.
Yeah. I think
so
like,
if you're 25 and you're a chick and you have Down syndrome,
I think
there's a commercial I'm gonna have to find for
wait,
you.
Hold on.
A commercial.
No, this is I don't know if this is true, but I do imagine with like you know the whole thing with the brain development. It's like if they have the mind of somebody like people's brains develop differently.
I'm saying there is right and wrong. There is more right and wrong. You wouldn't want to take advantage of somebody who has Down syndrome, but can they give consent? Can they decide to drink if they want?
Well, like that's
like I don't know if they can drink at a bar.
Well, that's like oh wait.
Here we go.
Oh wait, turn it.
Serve me a margarita.
All right, yeah, let's wait.
Yeah.
Hey bartender, you assume that I cannot drink a margarita, so you don't serve me a margarita? So I don't drink a margarita. Your assumption becomes reality. And parents, you assume that I cannot live on my own, so you don't encourage me to live on my own, so I don't live on my own. Coach, you assume that I cannot hit harder, so you don't train me to hit harder, so I don't hit harder. And teacher, you assume that I cannot learn Shakespeare.
I love this.
So you don't teach me Shakespeare.
Old MacDonald had a farm.
So I don't learn Shakespeare. E-I-E-I-O. But hey, if all your assumptions become reality, then assume that I can drink a margarita.
No, absolutely.
I love this.
No way I want to. Is it?
I can live on my own.
Let me live on my own. Fuck who I want. Have a drink.
Is this
a
tequila? Is this a tequila advertisement?
I hit harder.
I mean, I think it's a hard drugs advertisement.
I don't. Yeah, I don't. I want to know what this is.
Mortals be. I learned fucking Shakespeare.
Whoa.
You assume I can swear, right? Assume that I can do that job. That I can go to parties. That I can have sex. That I can be on stage. Assume that I can. So maybe I will.
Fucking right, dude. Fucking right, dude.
What is core down? Oh, World Down syndrome.
World Down syndrome. Yeah, man. Fuck that, dude. They're fucking. If they're of age and they want to do some shit, man,
they're humans. And
it's fucked up to treat them otherwise.
That's
after like, watching that. Fuck that. Yeah.
That's like the thing, man. Is like I don't know, because it is that thing. It's like they're humans. I don't know. Just be a good fucking person. Treat everybody. Treat everybody with respect. Yeah, treat them the same. It's a very like normal thing, dude. Like I have friends that have siblings with Down syndrome, and they're the best people. I love hanging out with them. They're so nice. I've had drinks with them. They're great. They're fun. We joke around. It's that you treat them the same, and I think that's a great fucking commercial. That's a great commercial.
I remember when I was at Brown, I took a little bit of shit because we had there's two types of parties at Brown. There's Class Fs, which the university makes you invite. Like the campus has invited. And then there's, cocktail parties, which could be like private, where you get invite only.
Yeah.
And I invited a guy who was in like one of those Stephen Hawking wheelchairs. Like he would talk and he can move his head.
But he had used the computer.
And he had his arm, but it wasn't like, he had like,
Did he talk? Wait, did he talk with the computer?
No.
Or he talked like
he talked with his
he had a
voice.
vocal box. Yeah.
But he had an electric scooter and he had like one good arm to get around. So I was like, yeah, fucking come to the the invite only party.
Yeah,
my guy. He's like, they stopped him outside. Yeah, Randy said, come in, fucking come on in. He came in. I got him fucking. He's like, I want a drink. I'm like, yeah, what do you want? whatever you want, I give it to him. People are like, oh yeah, you shouldn't do that. What the fuck do you mean I shouldn't do that?
What?
He's not driving. He's in his fucking chair.
Yeah.
Like, wait, he's not going.
What, you want me to treat him different? Yeah. Let me make the guy that is already the elephant in the room.
Yeah.
Let me make him feel even more uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Where I'm just trying to be a good guy and make him feel normal.
Fucked up, showed him a good time, had some girls dance with him. He fucking had a blast. People are like, I can't believe you're doing that. You know, he's handicapped, and I'm like, yeah, he's not gonna hurt himself. Like, if there's anyone who should be fucked up, it's someone who's in a chair that moves itself. You know what I'm saying? Like, like he's fine. But that's the thing. Like I treated him like normal, and other people got fucking weird about it.
That's the thing.
And other people got fucking weird by me treating a guy who had who had like muscular dystrophy. Yeah, fucking normal.
You treat him normal, and that's where it's like that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah,
you're supposed to treat people like everybody else, and it's just like
a great fucking time.
I mean, truthfully, no, that commercial really did it. It's like when you like treat them lesser than.
They believe they're lesser than.
And you, in your mind, like subconsciously believe that they are only capable of X, Y, and Z, where it's like, it's so much more. I don't know. I think just like everyone.
Be progressive. Take the beach.
Take the beach.
I mean, I get, like, I've never met anyone. I mean, people are attracted. I mean, well, there was you know who was ahead of the time with this shit was Law and Order SVU would always have episodes about guys like predators that would hook up with people with like learning disabilities like Down syndrome and stuff.
That's got to be a kink.
It's
in this day and age, dude, when there's every kink in the world, there's got to be some guy out there.
I mean,
who likes girls with disabilities. Or guys with disabilities. Whatever it is.
Like here's the thing: is like we live in a world where people are. We're filled with pedophiles. Oh, wild.
Yeah.
Way to stop it there.
Mike, would you
but like people that are pedophiles and shit, that like there are people that probably are like people are attracted to what they're trying, and it's like, is it right? I don't know. But like
that is a weird kink though.
It is
to be into someone with a disability.
It is. It really is. But at the same time, it's like, it's because what we say is not normal, but it's like, but what if two people?
Let me ask you.
It's tough to be in a parent's shoes there because you want the best for them and everything to be innocent, right? But yet you're really fucking protective of like someone.
Well, that's why I think Love on the Spectrum is such a successful show, is because they don't hook up people with learning disabilities to people who don't have them. They find another person with learning disabilities. So it's like, at least they're on the same.
But is that also putting someone in a box and saying
I think
you
it
can
is.
only be with someone?
I think it might be. I think it might be.
It's a catch-22 because it is like, it does show like that show is great and everyone loves it because it is like, look, they have the same feelings we have as quote unquote normal people. Yeah, they have the same feelings we do, and like they go through the same thought process of like, oh, they like someone. They're just their brain isn't fully developed or in a certain way. But it is that other thing too. It's like, well, are we only saying that they can only be like even if they're attracted to somebody that isn't? Because it's I don't know. Like I'm not a smart guy, but smart girls have liked me for me, and I'm not a smart dude. So it's like, you don't have to be on the same brain. There is
that. Dude, I've had that conversation with a therapist before. It's like, it's like, I feel like I'm manipulating her. He's like, well, he's like, Randy, you giving her a full informed choice? I'm like, yeah. He's like, well, what makes you think you can control her thought, dude? Like she's making her own choice. You're making your own choice. You think you're protecting. You think you're like somehow magnanimous. You're the one deciding for everybody. You're deluding yourself.
No, dude. Look, guys, we're idiots, dude. If anything, the girls are manipulating us.
Oh my! Easily.
No guy gets here.
10 times out of 10.
Well, here's the other thing too. What is every girl's like? Every girl finds a guy that they want to change. I've never met a dude that's like, I want that girl because I can change her. Women are so much smarter than us because they think they try to change us. We don't try to change them because we know we can't. But they know that they could possibly change us.
We can't even change ourselves.
Yeah, I can't. No, not even.
There's some guy out there trying to fuck the chromosome out of them.
Oh my God.
Trying to change them.
Here's a question for you, Tom. All right, so let's move away from the mentally disabled to the physically disabled. How physically mangled would a woman have to be for you to like, I can't. Like if she was missing an arm, would you still go for it? She was a 10, but she was missing an arm.
Yeah, dude, there's a girl in my college. She had a nub for an arm, and like my boy hooked up with her.
Yeah, I'm saying
she's cute. Yeah,
you.
Oh yeah, I would have. Yeah, okay.
What about missing a leg from the hip?
Yeah, I mean, like, dude, this is
What
this
about
is
no
gonna
legs,
sound
no legs from the hips? So she's just a couple arms
just-
and a spinner.
torso.
Yeah,
Just the torso up. It's like a Barbie doll with its legs ripped off.
yeah. How
Yeah.
far would we go,
Dude, here's the thing. This is
Here's the thing. Can she talk?
Look, yeah. Can she give consent? No, I do. You gotta ask for
Yeah,
that.
of course.
You gotta ask for
Well, she
consent.
can't run away.
Yeah, I know. So you really got to
She
make sure
better
she
give
gets
consent.
consent. She better, because she can't
We're
get
just
away.
gonna sit and watch movies anyway. So I mean, she's perfectly qualified.
Dude, this is gonna be the loser.
Yeah, no dates for her. Just Netflix and chill.
This is the loser answer, but this is genuinely true. Dude, if I am having a good time with somebody, I can get past that. The most important thing to me
Well,
is
that's
if
a sign
I
of
visit,
aging.
like, no, what?
That's a sign of aging. You know, like
For me?
No,
Oh,
for men in general.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
yeah,
I'm all about the dude. Like, for
I've
me,
had a lot of hot women in my life. It's like, but if you're cool to hang out with,
Yeah,
like,
I
I want to hang around if you're fucking cool.
Obviously-
if you annoy me, I'm out.
yeah,
I don't care
obviously-
how hot you are.
Yeah, obviously, for me, the most important guys are like, yo, tits, ass, whatever. I'm like, dude, the face. I was like, I want to make sure they're pretty. I'm gonna talk to I have to talk to their face. So if I find the girl pretty and then she has a great personality, like that's
Pretty and
what
no
it
arms,
is.
no legs. She can't do anything.
Pretty,
Can't run away.
no
She can't
arms,
fight
no-
back.
No, Jesus. I would, if a girl hit me, I would be down like a sucker. I'm not
Yeah, how
I'm not a
would-
tough guy. I'm
Yeah,
not
I
a
know,
tough
but a
dude.
girl with no arms, no legs. I mean,
If she headbutts me, I'm out, dude. I've had too many concussions to survive that one. That'd be concussion number 10. I'd be out.
dude, that'd be crazy if you met a chick who had no arms or legs, but she's like a black belt in jiu-jitsu, and she just
Dude,
she chokes you out with her neck.
Bro, that's
You know what I'm saying? Like,
dude, there's there's guys, I don't know if you guys you ever see the dudes skateboarding that don't have legs? It's unreal.
what's that? I mean,
Bro,
I've seen kids. I have no legs.
No,
but
there's dudes out there. I forget the one guy's name.
yeah,
I think he's from
gonna
like
pull it up.
Brazil.
He's got it. He's
Yeah,
got it.
no leg skateboarders, dude. These guys rip. Look, there's right here. Yeah, this dude. I think this is him. He's like the Brazilian guy.
Thrasher.
Yeah, from Thrasher.
That's Barack Obama.
He's a great skateboarder too, I bet.
I mean,
All
me
right,
for
watch,
money,
dude.
$5
Watch this.
motherfucker.
So these skateboarders don't have legs, and
Whoa.
what do they rip?
that's impressive.
The first time I saw Felipe, I was super impressed.
Oh, Tony Hawk.
He's gnarly beyond his challenges. He's a gnarly skater. Eventually, we put him on the team.
It seems like an advantage, though.
Dude, this guy's pro. He skates for Birdhouse.
But it seems like an advantage if you don't have legs because you use your arms.
No way. Are you serious?
He gets focused.
You're like,
He follows
Yeah, dude, because your hands are more dexterous than your feet.
skater.
but the board is all about the movement of your feet.
Good looking speed and jumping and
Watch it. Like, dude, that is insane.
Oh, that looks painful. That looks painful.
Yeah.
He just all knees down the pipe. That's not good. Oh, and they don't even pick his ass up. Yo, his friend's
Like,
a
that's
foul, son.
insane, dude. This is so insane.
Oh, and he stops with his bare hands.
Yeah.
That's a beast.
no
Wait,
gloves.
dude, just, yeah. A 50-50 on like a 10 rail with no legs. That's insane.
That's pretty beast.
So this is another thing. Like, could you, like, imagine if people told this dude, like, why are you skateboarding? You don't have legs. You need legs to skateboard. This dude says, fuck you. I'm gonna rip.
Limiting beliefs, dude.
This
yeah,
dude gets more chicks than I do.
Oh my god, he gets more chicks than all three of us
Yeah.
combined.
First off, yeah, skateboarding.
Tony Hawk introduced him.
Bro, yeah. I still think skateboarding is the most badass sport there is.
Well, you know your wife.
Dude, dude, I grew up when I was living in PA in Philly. That was when like Bam Margera, Jackass, Viva La Bam were all skateboarding was the fucking
was a
thing to
thing.
do, and it's one of those things. I saw Chris Cole, who's a skateboarder from Philly, at the Comedy Store like 2 weeks ago. They didn't have the balls to go up to him and be like, "Oh my god, dude, I had your shoes growing up."
Yeah, but I'm saying but you would have been the only guy who probably recognized him.
I was the only guy.
Yeah.
He got out of his car, and I was like, "Oh my god, that's Chris Cole!" And people were like, "Who the fuck is that?"
Fuck is that? Yeah.
I was like, "A legend."
What's this beef with Bam and Johnny Knoxville?
Oh, dude, I
heard Bam wants to fuck him up.
Yeah, apparently he was supposed to do the last movie, and then he got fired. I don't know. I have no idea. There's like a couple comics that were in the Jackass movies.
Yeah,
that are
yeah, Rachel
stand-ups.
Wolfson
and fucking Zach Holmes.
Yeah.
I see Zach at shows too, and I've never asked him because I'm like, I kind of want.
Well, why would you ask? I mean, those motherfuckers are getting their check. They don't,
yeah.
like, hey man, I'm
But
a
like,
new guy. in the
dude,
street.
I was like, there's this. All right, I was at an open mic a couple weeks ago. This young kid, he's super nice. He's like 20 years old, right? This kid opens up on stage at a mic and is like, so my generation grew up with Jackass and things like this and like started naming stuff. And I was like, you're 20? I was like, dude, Jackass was off the air before you were born.
Oh my God.
I was like, what are you talking? I was like, bro, I remember being 10 years old watching Jackass. My mom came home from work. I'm laying on the kitchen floor, pouring hot wax on my stomach. Look, dude,
why were you doing that?
Because I told my mom I'm training for Jackass.
Because my stepfather told me.
My parents are happily married, actually. Very happily married.
Because my stepfather was having sex with me at the moment.
Dude, but I told my mom, she's like, what are you doing? I was like, I'm training for Jackass. I was like, dude, but like, that was the influence, dude. As like a 10-year-old in 2003, you watch that shit, you're like, what can I fucking do to hurt myself?
Oh, look how he turned out.
Yeah. Now I'm pouring hot wax on myself because I have a really good day.
Yeah, just because that's the only way we can come.
Yeah, that's it, dude. How do you want me? With a candle burning at all times to pour on me. That's what I need. I can't come without it. That's a weird kink right there.
The wax thing? The pain kink?
Dude, yeah, dudes want their nuts crushed and shit. I'm like,
oh
fuck
my
that.
God, dude.
Dude, take so vanilla. I just want someone to love me.
Yeah. Sorry, I must be a loser now, but I just want to feel love. Is that okay? Break my heart. That's how you turn me on.
We've talked about it before with the furries. It's so elaborate for people to come now.
The furries, you said?
We had a guest a couple weeks ago when we were talking about furries. And it's like, it's just so elaborate for people to get off now.
Dude, what's crazy?
It's like, hey man, just how about a hot chick?
Yeah.
You know?
Well,
and you touch my boner.
Yeah.
You know, and look, we go there.
I'm just happy to be there. Yeah. I'll come. All right. I'm just happy to be here. That's what I'd say to people all the time. They're like, I'm like, dude, most of my life I was a fat fuck. So now that like
girls,
really?
You were a fat kid?
Till I was like, yeah, till like 4
how much?
years ago.
How much? Really? How much?
260.
260. All right.
I was 260 when I graduated college and held it on for a little
while.
I
gotta see some of these photos.
Oh, dude, they're great.
Tommy Mitchell's a good-looking kid right now.
He's
got the Magnum PI face going.
Yeah.
260 Tommy.
But that's like people ask me, and I'm like, dude, you don't get it. As a fat dude, I wasn't getting any girls. That's why number one, the only way I can talk to girls is trying to be funny because that's all I rely on my personality. And number two, I don't need to get my nuts tangled. I will come just because I'm happy to be there. I'm like, oh, this is what I was missing on. This is great.
Yeah. Someone's
you want this stuff?
Someone's happy to be with. Someone's happy to be with me.
I don't even want this.
Yeah, someone's happy to be with me. Yeah, I'll take it.
I don't have to come with my tears anymore watching porn. So I'm happy.
Oh, dude. So this is actually the first episode. So I recorded back to back today. This is the first episode I recorded since the Hawk Tuah girl.
Oh, Hawk Tuah. Give it a little Hawk Tuah.
I can't believe. I mean,
it just proves how dumb the internet is.
Isn't it?
Dude, unreal. A girl just being like, you gotta give it a little Hawk Tuah.
Well, you know what? You know what it is? There's two things about it, I think. One, because she was like so sweet and playful. That's really what it was about.
Oh, she's a sweet. I saw that girl. I was like, oh, I want to go to Nashville now.
I don't.
Dude.
I've met that girl. That girl sucks.
She's fun for a night.
No, she's not fun for a night. She's a fucking wet fart.
Oh.
No, dude. I mean, she's Hawk Tuah. She's never Hawk Tuah on anything.
I was just going to say,
I bet she's never given a blowjob to completion.
Could you imagine?
Write that down. Get that bitch on that seat right now. I guarantee you she's never blown a guy to completion.
Hawk Tuah. Like, I was just like, first off, a loogie on the dick, power move. Never thought that would happen.
A loogie.
Yeah, just like, she's
an old school loogie.
Yeah, a Hawk Tuah isn't like you give a little spit. A Hawk Tuah is like, green mucus. Yeah, it's like... Yeah, she's like spitting it on
coke booger on your dick.
Yeah, it's like a spit. She's like treating your dick like a spittoon, just across the room. And also, I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, what if you're a guy who used to date that girl, and you're like, where the fuck was this?
Yeah,
where was the Hawk Tuah this whole time? Yeah, she's like, it's a first off fucking hilarious thing. Going Hawk Tuah is funny, but also immediately shows how dumb the internet is because within 2 days I was over it.
Oh,
I'm like, it was everywhere.
There'll be someone who has a shitty podcast that has like, this is the ex-boyfriend of Hawk Tuah.
Yeah.
Oh no, man! She's been on 1,000 podcasts already. I've seen meme accounts sell within 2 hours. That thing breaking, selling bumper stickers with Hawk Tuah on it.
She's selling merch.
Other people have capitalized on it. UTA signed her Fucking
No, they didn't. That was fake. No, it was fake.
Oh, they didn't?
Yeah, that was fake.
I'm surprised.
What?
I'm surprised because Hollywood jumps up. Would love to run in and steal money from a 19-year-old dummy from fucking Tennessee.
Not to say anything. The only agency
fuck
that
you,
would sign a
TA.
girl
I'll say
that
it.
says Hawk Tuah would be like Brazzers.
No, dude.
Brazzers would be like Hawk Tuah. Like,
well, she already said she won't do an OnlyFans. How fucking
one of the
how
girls-
fucking dumb is she?
Bro, she's like selling merch and shit now. I saw like an interview randomly popped up on my feed. She's like 3 things that have happened since this video. She's like, I quit my spring factory
My father
job.
killed himself.
I was like, that is true, man. Like that's like
My
the
dad
girls
killed
on the
himself.
girls on the like, you know, it's fine. Like I'm all for like say what you want to say on the internet, but it is one of those things where it's like, you know, we bullshit around here. I'll say stuff, but it's like some things are better left unsaid. I don't know. Like if I was a dad and I see my daughter and she's like, you got a Hawk Tuah on that dick, I'm like, we're going to confession now. I'm picking you up. We're going back to church.
But her dad might be like Kris Jenner, where she's like, "Hey, I'll release the sex tape and we'll all make millions."
Okay, so
where your father pimps you, he might be like fucking Britney Spears' dad, where he starts whoring her out.
Is
you know
that-
what I'm saying? I mean, that's a thing.
Is that like that? That is to me. That's one of the 8th wonders of the world. Did Kris Jenner release the tape?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. See,
Oh yeah.
I was like, that came
Oh,
out.
yeah.
What year? That came out in what, like 05 or
Fuck,
something?
dude, like 2003, 4.
Yeah, something like that. So I wasn't old enough. I wasn't fucking spanking my
No,
knee.
no,
I saw a Catholic.
They
guilt.
they released this when it was on DVD. You know what I mean? That's how
That's-
fucking long ago it was.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Like I don't. Fucking.
Could you imagine pimping your daughter out like that?
dude? It's
How do you sleep at night?
For what? It's like, dude. Because look, here's the thing, guys. Nothing matters.
Yeah, nothing. We all die.
We all
Yeah.
die one day. We're all gonna be 6 feet under.
Yeah.
You know what you call you leave the world the same way you came out, alone.
Yeah.
You do.
Exactly.
You come in through a box and you leave through a box.
Exactly.
That's pretty much what it is. That was a pretty good. That was off the dome right there, guys.
Alliteration
I never
right
thought
there,
of
guys.
that.
Write that down.
Look, I'm not smart, but I'm intelligent. I'm a deep thinker.
He is an idiot Savant. He had his moment, his Rayman moment.
But it's one, dude. It's like I don't know. It's kind of one of those things. Like, what are you willing to sell your soul? Like, you're willing to
Yeah.
sell your soul for what?
Yeah,
And it's like-
how low will you go?
It's that's like, and I you know, that's always like the rumor I came up with that shit, and like you never knew. But I was like, if that is true, I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ,
Right?
dude.
At what point do you
That-
cut it off?
That's so crazy. I'm like, you know, hey, it's worked out for them, obviously. Like
Yeah,
here I am saying something,
yeah.
but to what the like,
No,
what
no.
was it
See,
worth
but
it?
this is, I talk about this a lot. It's like, oh, they got the bag, they got rich. Just because you got rich doesn't mean you're fucking. It's of any value and it should be revered. You know, Hitler was a rich guy. You know, we revere him. Stalin had millions. Putin's the richest guy in the world right
Napoleon,
now.
all of them,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's like these are fucking
Henry
horrible,
VIII
these are
killed all his wives 'cause
these
they
are
couldn't give him a
horrible
son.
fucking people. Just because they got the bag and secured the bag. It's like, yo, R. Kelly got mad millions. He's in fucking jail for sex trafficking.
Diddy.
Yeah, exactly. So what the fuck?
What
At
is
what
it
point
worth?
do you draw the line?
Yeah,
You know,
because it's the other thing too, especially with like that, like the sex tape and stuff.
your own
Like,
daughter, your
well,
own daughter.
But not only that, man. Now it's like, you know, 20 years or so have passed. She has kids. Like those kids are in school. Those kids' friends can find that tape. Like everyone will see. It's like one of those things where it's like, and look, there's nothing. I watch everyone watches porn. I don't care what anybody says. People watch porn,
But you don't
It's a
watch your
job.
mom get fucked.
Exactly.
You know
That's
what I'm
like the
saying?
other thing too. And it's like, you know, and it's a weird, like thinking about it, I'm like, dude, that's such a weird thing
Do
to
you
be
think
like,
the Kardashians have enough money to try and scrub it off the internet, or you think if I
No
Google it
way.
right now, it's boom
you can
right
find
there?
It's
it.
the
I mean, it's
internet,
the
dude.
internet.
It's
No,
the
you can
Well, I
find
mean, you
anything.
think it's find quick, like
Yes.
Yeah, 100%.
You might have to pay for it, Mikey, but it's out there.
Think about Paris Hilton, her tapes on there.
Oh no, that's where Kris Jenner learned this shit.
Is that what it
Paris
was?
Hilton popped, and then she's like,
What
oh,
about China? R.I.P. the
No,
wrestler.
China was after.
I know.
Yep,
You remember?
it
You
popped.
remember one night in
with,
China?
with her girl penis, with her giant girl penis.
China. Dude,
That I
that's
think
a-
Rob Kardashian.
Now,
was
all right.
sucking
Talk
some.
about back. Could you hook up with a girl like that? Like that, I can tell you right now. Like that, I'm not.
I gotta
that-
go with a muscular girl, not with a girl with
a muscular girl, but like that was.
but not
like,
an overdeveloped clitoris. That's a penis. A small
Oh,
penis.
I didn't see it. Oh, so she like
Oh
had
no,
a,
dude, she had a
it was
bell. She had a bell end on her shit.
That's
It was wild.
terrifying.
Yeah. it
Then
was-
once again, as a
I mean,
fat
you're
guy,
sucking. You're
beggars
sucking-
can't be
Yeah, you're
choosers.
sucking-
I'm happy to be
You're not
here.
eating a pussy. You're sucking a small dick at that point.
Oh, jeez. But once again,
you're
I'm
not licking
still
a
just
clitoris.
happy.
You're sucking on a small dick.
That's crazy. It is like that. It's one of those things, man. It's so wild to like film that shit and put it out there. The Pam and Tommy, like they made the TV show about that.
That was
and the way
was the
that
genesis of the whole
happened.
thing.
It's just like, bro, it's so fucking. It's
Were you
so
able to find it?
wild.
Oh yeah, it popped right up.
A pop. Mike's like, oh yeah, I'm neck deep in it right now.
We're 10 minutes
He's got a
in.
belt around his neck and his pants around his ankles. Look at him go.
It's so crazy. Did you watch? Dude, and that's like the other thing too. Did you watch like you're in the limelight for something like that? And did you watch the roast of Brady? And they like made jokes about her, and apparently she was all mad about it. And I'm like,
oh, what, his wife?
No, fucking the fucking Kim. Kardashian.
Fuck
Kim.
her too for showing up.
Yeah, they made jokes.
What did you think? She showed up.
Yeah, like it's a roast. It's just one of those things where it's like everything comes with a
everything
comes with a fucking
I heard about
cost.
that because I knew people who were involved in it. They're like, Tom, the next day, Tom's wife's like, I can't believe he did this to me, blah, blah. His ex-wife, Giselle, blah, blah, put the family.
I did hear that her relation.
Like, fuck them. What did you think was going to happen? It's a fucking roast.
It's going to come up. It's everything is on the table.
It's the point of the whole thing.
Dude, I've been roasted. I've done roast battles and people got
fucking crying like
apart.
A bitch.
It's whatever. You embrace, you laugh
like
at
being
it.
a bitch. Yeah. Like, oh.
But dude, I did hear Giselle and her boyfriend broke up after that.
Man, fuck them too.
That's
good. I hope they did.
Insane.
You know who didn't break up? Bill Belichick and his 23-year-old girlfriend.
Dude, I
love him. I love him.
As an Eagles fan, it hates me to say it. Power to that guy. I love Bill Belichick.
I love him.
I love Bill Belichick.
She's into it. He's into it.
Big lacrosse guy. Played college
lacrosse.
lacrosse.
Right. His son was a lacrosse player.
Yeah, and Bill Belichick played at Wesleyan University.
I know.
Fucking one of those
in the
states.
50s or whatever.
Yeah. You know who else? This is. We were circled back to lacrosse. Jim Brown. The great running back.
Syracuse. Well, he was a better lacrosse player than he was football.
He was. Jim Brown said if lacrosse was a professional sport as big as football was, I would have played lacrosse over football.
He was way better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lacrosse gets a bad rep for no reason. We're great.
No, it gets a rep because
there's the stereotypes.
Because some guys in the mid 2000s allegedly raped a woman. It didn't.
And
happen.
then it didn't happen. And then everyone's like, "No, that really happened." It's like, well, they proved it wrong. They're like, "What?"
And they're like, "I'm like, oh, those guys are all white privileged dorks." And I'm like, "Yeah, so is every sailing and golf team." But they're not getting crucified the way lacrosse is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like every crew team, every crew fucking boat, from the Ivy League all the way down to Duke, all the way to Stanford, are way more entitled than white than most lacrosse teams. But look, somehow lacrosse is the corny white guy sport.
That's the
you know what I'm saying? Like there's sailing teams, there's golf teams, fucking badminton, fencing. Do you know how many white elitists are in fencing?
Yeah,
you know, like but no one cares about that. It's something because of the Duke lacrosse thing. It's lacrosse.
Yeah, and that's the other thing too is like when you look at lacrosse, the biggest places are like upstate New York, Philadelphia,
Maryland.
Washington D.C., Maryland area, Long Island, like the New Yorks, and then you get like towards like Connecticut, New England area, like they're good. But it's like the other ones, like sailing, fencing. I'm like, dude, that is like old money.
Oh, yeah.
Out like West Coast to East Coast. I'm like, out in California, name five high schools with a lacrosse team. You probably can't.
None. Yeah.
There's none.
No.
But yeah, it's just. But no, the whole thing with like like the whole Kim K thing. It's like that was always crazy to me because I didn't actually know. That was always just the rumor that Kris Jenner did.
Oh no, she totally did it. It's a known fact.
Nuts.
So who do you think is the hottest of the three sisters?
So I think Kendall and then I think Courtney out of the three.
I think the oldest sister.
Courtney.
The oldest one is
Courtney. Travis,
I would marry her
Barker.
yesterday.
She's sweet.
She's fun.
She's fun.
She's fucking the best looking of the lot.
I think
the most natural looking of the bunch.
Very pretty. I think Kendall Jenner.
She's got a good head on her shoulders. She's older. Fucking Courtney, the older one. That's the winner.
Courtney. Yeah. It's 100%. I would pick Courtney too.
Yeah,
and I like older women, so that makes sense.
That's right in your. Right.
I do like. Well, last time we talked about grandma videos.
Yeah, the GILF videos.
The GILFs being cracking the top 10.
I know, dude. So you dating older ladies these days? What's going on?
No,
with Tommy's world?
older ladies. No, dude. I'm dabbling, just dating here and there.
Not older, not younger, just normal.
No, just kind of like I said. If I meet somebody and just goes well, I don't know, dude. It's one of those things. Like being. I think the other thing too is like you get a test. Like being a comic and dating. It's like. If you're fortunate enough, you're on the road a lot, and if you're on the road, you're not seeing somebody you're dating. And there's dudes that are doing well and doing both, but also I'm at a point in my career where it's like I don't have the energy to put towards something like that. Where it's like I'm so focused on wanting to be the best comic I can be, taking the opportunities. But like I go on dates, and it's also this is true. Sometimes after shows, you make a girl laugh, they like you, and
is that working out for you on the road, or is it here in LA?
No, it's both, but like on the road and stuff, it's like fun because it's like the other thing too. It's like, everyone's so pro sex worker and all that shit, but then the moment you talk about like, oh, I had a one night stand, people are like, all right, you whore, and I'm like, what is the difference? So
the difference is you're not getting paid for it as a woman.
or a guy. I'm also
Yeah,
like,
that's what I'm saying.
And it's always like, it's always like the guys are using the girls. And I go, I'm in town for one night.
They're
and
using
the
you.
girl pursues me. How am I using her?
Yeah, no, she knows what time it is.
I had a girl she told me to my face, she's like, yeah, I told my friends I brought the opener home. I'm like, I didn't tell anybody. So I'm like, you're using me. And I was like, the opener? I was like, I'm more than an opener.
I was trying to be a middle.
I was featured that night. I did 15 minutes. I featured. I wasn't the opener. How dare you?
But the problem was that she fucking named you the opener.
Yeah. Literally, she told me that. She goes, I called you the opener. And I was like, oh, did you
Fuck
now?
me.
Yeah, open your ass, girl.
Open that ass, bitch.
I was like, I laid there and cuddled afterwards. I was such a gentleman.
I was trying to be polite, but fuck you.
Oh, man, dude.
Next time I come into town, I'm not doing it.
But it is like, but here's the other thing too, with like dating and stuff. It's one of those things, man. If it does happen, it's like, yeah, great. So if it happens, it happens. But I'm not like actively going out. Like, dude, we're not like, that's the thing too, is like, I fucking love watching dudes at bars try and pick up. That's my favorite pastime. Watching dudes try to pick up girls at bars.
Most guys aren't picking up girls at bars anymore.
Oh my God.
They're not
watch
doing
them
it.
try.
They're not. That's what I'm saying. They're not doing it. So if they try it now, you know they're gonna.
It's
fucking
so
bomb,
funny.
Bomb bad.
And that's where I'm like, dude, people like, if I go home with a girl, they're like, oh, like, what, like, were you like out here with like your friends, like trying to get girls? I'm like, no, I was trying to get blacked out with my boys. You kind of interrupted it. So I guess we'll do this, and then I'll go back to them.
Women don't get that. Women don't understand that. I mean, I read it recently in an article. Like, men need like 1 day a week with their boys to keep themselves sane.
Dude, I read that too.
You know what I'm saying?
Said to all my boys, I'm like, you can't science.
Like, no, I mean, like literally, like you need to blow off the fucking steam.
Yeah.
And women don't get that. Like, oh, why do you gotta hang with you? Because it's not you.
It's like you need
you
both,
know?
bro.
Yeah.
You want the whole thing. It's like you want to be part of someone's world. I don't want to be your whole world. I don't want. That's the other thing too, man. It's like dating too. It's like. My whole world, like, my friends in comedy, my friends outside of that, I'm like, I don't want you to be in that. That's a separate life. Yeah. I don't want you, like, if
I don't like mixing friend groups.
Like, girl, true. No, it is. Like, it's 100% true.
My work friends are coming to my fucking college friends. No, we're not doing that.
But that's the other thing too, is like, and with comedy, it's like, the thing with being a comic is like, your friends in comedy are your coworkers. And it's like, dude, I don't want to bring my girlfriend out, my friends, like the way we talk, it's like, you won't get it. And it's like, they're going to be unhappy that you brought them, and your boy's going to be happy that she came. So no one's going to be like, what the fuck's wrong with your friends? And be like, why is your girlfriend such a pain in the ass? It's like, well, I didn't want either of you to be in the same room together. Yeah.
But you both insisted, So I brought this shit together, and now you're like, you see, this is why I don't want this to happen.
But there are a lot of my friends that have girlfriends that are going to their shows and stuff. They're great. Like they figure. I think it is like one of those things. Like it's like
depends on the broad.
If you find the right girl that like, I understand what you're doing. I understand who your friends are. I understand like the way you guys talk is like not, it's not normal. Like, I don't want to say not normal, but like we're fun.
No, it's
like,
not normal.
It's not. We're trying to make each other laugh.
Yeah, we're comedians. We're talking the way we talk.
We talk the way we talk.
Yeah, it's the way accountants talk. This is inside business shit. Like, don't fucking worry about what the comedians are talking about. If you don't want to hear what comedians are talking about, don't judge it.
Dude, if I'm like dating a girl who's in like tech sales, I'm not trying to go to your holiday party and listen to them talk about, like, I don't care.
Yeah.
I was like, I would be so miserable too. That's the other thing too, is like, I have been single for 7 years.
Congratulations.
Yeah, it's also, dude, but I like it because it's like the other thing too, is like, I'm so selfish with what I'm trying to do. It's not,
well,
it's
know
not,
that.
But it's not fair to me to take a girl, like, you
to
date
bring
a girl
into your bullshit.
Bring a girl on the way and be like, by the way, I want you to know you're gonna maybe have 20% of my time.
Yeah.
The 80%, like, I'm always gonna pick if a show comes. If we have plans to go to a date on a Saturday night and somebody texts me and they're like, hey, a spot open up, can you do it? I'm gonna tell you. Like,
I've told every girl that I've dated since I started doing comedy, like, I'm cheating on comedy with you.
100%.
Like, she's my wife and you're the mistress.
Yeah.
And that's it. Like if it's my family's having this and I got a show that I got to drive to in Scottsdale for free. I'm going to the show.
Yeah.
That's it.
Every time.
We're not going to argue about this. Like,
this
is what I care about. If you want to be with a guy who's who's passionate about something, then you got to deal with this.
Yeah.
Because I'm passionate about this.
And it's what it is. And also, like, the other thing too is like, look, you got to understand I'm working towards a bigger goal where one day it is going to be like, I hope I can make it well enough that you don't have to do your job and you get to be a part of this. Like, I want you to be a part of it, but it takes time, but I got to do this. It's, I haven't had the relationship aspect of a girl dating a comic, but I do imagine, and I see from my friends, I'm like, It takes a special girl to date a comic,
Tommy,
or a guy to date a comic.
Tommy, I think you're gonna find the right guy someday, and you and him
fucking hope, dude.
You and him are gonna settle down.
Dude, my best friend came out to me, and I was like, man, I wish I was
Came
gay.
out to you when? And how?
Oh, this is great. My oldest friend in the world, was in town visiting
and you
for a
didn't know.
work conference. No, was in town for a work conference, and he's like, hey man, I'm in San Diego. I'm gonna come up to LA. I'm gonna fly out of LAX. Like, are you around? So we go down to Hermosa. It's me, him, my brother, my other boy, and it's just me and my buddy from home at the bar talking. And I'm like, dude, what's going on? He's like, not much, man. Like, he's like, you know, I'm still in my old job. I got my own apartment. I'm gay. My mom got a dog. I was like, whoa.
He just dropped gay in the middle?
I was like, whoa, dude, that's how you're going to tell me? That was not fun at all.
Yeah.
Like, you know, take me to like a gay bar or something.
Yeah,
and
lead with the story.
Yeah.
Yeah, lead with the headline.
But that's how it was. But when he said that, the whole time I was like thinking in my head, I'm like, damn, dude, if I was gay and could date my best friend, I'd be sick. Just like, that'd be so chill, dude.
Dude, I lament
you wanna date your best
it
friend.
every day. I wish I was into the gay sex because I'd be a great gay man. Dude, I enjoy the company of men more than women.
Very.
It's the anal sex that really creeps me out.
Is that,
you know,
yeah, you'd definitely be a bottom if you. No, I'm just kidding.
Power bottom. I've said
bottom.
this before. Power bottom. I fuck back.
Dude, that's like it. But when he said that, I was like cracking up because it was like, but it was like, I really.
Dude, but did you know it was coming, or was he that far out?
No, it was far. No, dude.
Because sometimes you see it coming, you know?
Yeah,
like,
no.
there's something off with
I've had friends that come out and they like tell me, and I'm like, okay, like, yeah, I assume, like, you know, it doesn't shock me as much.
Yeah.
But like, no, him, I was kind of like, oh, wow. I was like,
that's
like because we've been friends for 20 something years. Okay. So I was like, whoa, shit.
Yeah, so you're the first guy to suck his dick.
Plead the fifth.
All right, we're getting close to the end here. Let's get to some news.
I always have a blast doing this shit.
I love having you, buddy.
There's no plan. It's just we're on a train and it's going everywhere. I love it.
We're talking, dude.
It's the East Coast, dude. It's the East Coast vibe.
It really is. It's just, I mean, we're talking on the stoop. We're talking shit.
Yeah, it's talking shit on a stoop, dude. This is what this is what I love.
That's what it is, baby. This one is great, Mike. You'll like this. Cannabis helps women achieve more and better orgasms, according to a new study. A new study published this week in the journal Sexual Medicine suggests that psychoactive plants and other THC-based derivatives can help women with sexual dysfunction achieve orgasms. Female participants who consume cannabis before sexual activity with a partner are able to reach climax more frequently and with greater ease and higher achievement than others. So, I mean,
helps them imagine I'm someone else.
I was gonna say,
is that what it is? Do you think it's the imagination, or do you think it's like an actual physical thing?
I don't know, but I was gonna say, if you're banging a girl and she's high and you don't make her come, that's a bad look for you.
No, dude, I see that.
She should be ready to go, and I'm like, it's not one of those like, oh, it's not me, it's you. It's like, no, this is me. This is my fault.
I've dated a few girls who get hornier when you get them high, and I'm like, it makes sense.
Now
their guard's down. They're not so fucking self-conscious.
I can't get high and have sex, dude.
I can smoke weed and have sex.
Really? I can't.
Oh man,
dude.
I can't. Mushrooms? No.
Oh my god!
If I'm
tripping
on mushrooms,
during sex,
if I'm on mushrooms, I'm like, what?
No, my dick wouldn't let that happen,
dude.
What?
Yeah.
I know. I just
coke dick. Mushroom dick's probably terrifying.
Oh my god, dude! Mushroom dick. It's not even mushroom dick. It's mushrooms. Like, wait a minute, you want me to put my penis inside of you? It seems like the whole concept of reproduction seems laughable when you're on mushrooms.
It is.
It's like what? I'm gonna put my little fucking dick. Like it's not even like a coke dick. You want to fuck. And you can't because you can't, or like whiskey dick. It's like that. Mushroom dick. It's like sex. Seems absurd.
I would never do this.
What am I a fucking? Ooh,
yeah. Like, oh man, if we do this, I have to go to confession tomorrow. I can't do this.
How fucking stupid are all of us,
dude? That's like. I caught you. Good job. See, you're being more progressive. Good job. That's what we're trying to do. But that's like, dude, my favorite thing to do when I'm tripping on mushrooms is to watch scary movies because I think they're hilarious. The thought of having sex, like if that's how I treat horror films, dude, if I'm having sex, it's going to be the worst time of your life.
I had mushrooms. That's what I did last night for the 4th of July. I did a solo mushroom trip in my apartment. No one was around.
Oh, that's the best.
And I watched a documentary, and it took
what documentary? What? Oh, dude, I did that.
Well, I watched the documentary, but in the middle of it, I had to pause it because when I was peaking, I was like, oh fuck. And then it was a barrage of emotion. I mean, I was listening to music.
Yeah.
I put my little speaker on, fucking playing. I'm like, fucking. I was drinking from the fire hose,
dude.
I literally, it was like I thought it was 4 or 5 years, but I look up, it was about an hour and a half.
That's crazy.
I'm like, whew. I I had to catch my breath.
Yeah.
I was in it.
I did, dude. I did that. I'm
talking to my therapist for the first time in 5 years on Monday. We're gonna go through it.
You're going back to therapy?
Oh yeah,
dude. Good for you. I'm out. I'm done.
Dude, it's been 5 years. I was like, I gotta go back.
Here's the thing.
I had a mushroom trip a week ago, and then I had this one last night. I'm like, we're talking on Monday.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm done with therapy. I'm 31.
You'll be back.
Nah, here's the thing. I'm 31. I've been on and off therapy since I was 10. So I'm like,
really?
yeah. So I've been doing it on and off for 20 years.
I started therapy at 31.
Yeah, no.
So
yeah.
it's been.
I started when I was 10 in like family therapy. Like,
I've
dude,
been on and off since I was 31. Yeah.
I'm open about it. Like, no, dude, I had to go to like family therapy and shit. Sorry, guys, it's gonna get really dark right now. When I was 10 and I tried to, call it quits on life, my parents signed me up for family therapy.
How'd you try and pull the plug?
Ooh, everyone loves this. I told my boy
at 10 years old, what do you think is effective?
Suffocation, dude. I heard.
Did you tape a bag around your head?
Yes, I did. I did the bag around my face.
How did I call that?
Yeah, because that's the only way as a 10-year-old would think to do it.
Yeah.
And did that. Dude, yeah, it was funny. My mom I was like 10. My mom found my suicide note in my backpack.
So you wrote a suicide note?
Yeah, dude. Oh, my God.
Did you keep it?
Dude, it's fucked up. This is funny. I was with Ashoka, and Ashoka was like, dude, does your mom still have it? I was like, I don't know. I was on the phone with my mom, and I was like, hey, random question.
My mom saved my foreskin. I'm sure she has your fucking
I was like, hey,
note.
mom, totally random question. I'm like, do you think you still have my suicide note from when I was 10? And my mom goes, honestly, it's probably upstairs in the attic.
Can you find it and come and read it on this podcast?
Dude, I'm going, when I go back to Philly next week, I want to find it.
Because what I found...
I want to find it and be like, what was... There's probably like some emo lyrics in there too.
Since my mushroom trip, I found so I had one about a week and a half ago, and then I had one last night. But after a week and a half ago, I found I was like, I got it in here somewhere. I had a neurologist report. So the first time I went to therapy, it was in Boston, like literally 10 years ago. It's like 30, your age, 31, 32. And I was like, yeah, I think I had my therapist like, I think you have adult ADHD. He's like, you should go see a neurologist. I'm like, all right, you send me to this neurologist. And I didn't know that they were taking notes and watching me the whole time since I buzzed into the building.
Yeah.
And so I go through this whole battery of tests, 2 days. And at the end of it, they send you in the fucking mail like 30 pages about like just describing your whole demeanor, what you did in it. And there's some paragraphs in there that, I mean, I was hitting on one of the fucking chicks in the thing. Randy was distracted. He was.
My God.
He swore and seemed distracted. He had a fuck. It's so funny. So if you bring that in, I'll bring in my
Dude, I'll do it.
I'll bring in my neurology report. We'll read them on the podcast.
I will read it.
I'll read my fucking.
I have no shame. People are
Yeah,
because people like, dude, here's the thing is like, it is a weird topic because I talk about it on stage and shit because like I'm very open with myself.
You moved. I mean, you lived. You fucking.
Yeah,
you're you survived.
And that's the thing is
Yeah.
like that's why I like try because I've had like after shows I've had people come up to me and be like, oh, you talk about really dark things. I go, that's a real like I was like
it's real life, man.
It's real life. That's what I'm
Things
doing.
happen. Yeah.
But I do want to read it because I am like just very curious of like what did I can't remember what I remember writing it, but I couldn't tell you.
That's what I'm saying. This has happened in my 30s,
Yeah.
and I remember going through it. But they described what I did, and I'm like, I don't remember doing that. But it had to be because they were filming me from every room. I didn't know that they were watching me the whole time.
That's
I was
crazy,
in there.
dude.
And I told my therapist, like, what the fuck, man? If I knew they were tracking this, I would have scored better than the IQ test. That's the point, Randy. They don't want you to know.
Yeah.
They're looking at you from the moment you get in there.
Well, it's
like that's how this works. Like,
yeah, that's what's weird. Is like I remember writing it. I could tell you where I wrote it in my 4th grade class in the back
purple
right
crayon,
back right corner,
honoring
corner,
Prince,
back right
purple
corner
rain.
of the classroom. Yeah, purple crayon during arts and crafts. Back right corner during like reading time. I wrote my suicide note. I was like, I didn't know. It's not 2003.
Yeah,
I don't know what depression is or anything like this. But I just
You're
like
10 for Christ's sake.
But I knew like whatever I was feeling was awful, right? Yeah. But I remember writing it. I remember my mom finding it. I remember trying to commit suicide.
That must have been frightening to them.
Dude, my mom,
God.
yeah, I'm the second oldest in my family. My mom, we're Irish Catholic. My parents had
It's a sin.
Yeah. Had on paper 2 pretty good lives. They never thought they'd have to do a 10-year-old. You're a 10-year-old.
Well, that's the thing about depression and being sad, man. On paper doesn't matter at all. It's how you feel between your ears.
Yeah, and the other thing too is like I hate the whole thing. I'm like, look, that shit never goes away. Like to this day, like I'm not gonna lie. Like, do you think about it? Yeah, you do. Get sad.
I've had that conversation with every young guy I've ever met in my life. Listen, man, if you're an adolescent male to an adult male, and you never thought about considered suicide, I think that's weird. Because it's a lot to take on.
It is.
You know, but the reality is, what you got to do is just keep postponing it. I'll get to it tomorrow. I'll get to it tomorrow.
It's one of those
until tomorrow never comes.
Yeah. It's one of those things.
Dude, when you're in puberty, it never gets. It doesn't. Women talk about like I have this need to create life. It's like talk to a 13-year-old kid about what testosterone does to you when it's filling your fucking brain at that age.
You're trying to.
It is just as traumatizing and it is just as controlling of a hormone as estrogen. You have no idea.
And the other thing too, man, is like this is like nobody. It is one of those things because I applied for my MFA at NYU and Juilliard and stuff. I was really trying to be a thespian. It was the biggest during the pandemic. I was a loser.
TH, not L.
Yeah, thank you. And I wrote the essay on toxic masculinity, and it is like funny,
oh my god, that must have been the first one ever written in fucking college.
Well, like, dude, that's
so early.
Like, here's the thing: is like, look, I get it. I'm very much a bro. I'm a guy's guy. I'm a bro, whatever. But at the same time, I do think there is that whole idea of like, oh, like as a man, you're supposed to be like X, Y, and Z, and it's like what I said earlier. Yeah. I took tap dancing classes during the pandemic, and it was me and a bunch of moms, and it's like that's quote unquote not a masculine, and like that's where it's like. We want to like label that shit where it's like, dude, what is fucking, you want to dance and then you're hanging out with moms. That's pretty masculine. Hanging out with a bunch of hot chicks is hot.
Thing is,
but that's like as a kid.
Taking control of it is really what it is. Like I took shit one time because I was like, I love George Michael's Careless Whisper. I said to my boss in the car, he's like, what are you fucking, I'm like, what are you fucking insecure? It's like, I work out to this shit, dude. I do squats to George Michael's Careless Whisper. Yeah. I was like, bro, I get jacked to Luther Vandross sad songs. Fuck you for being a for being a bitch.
Yeah.
I'll listen to a sad song and cry like a bitch.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm so comfortable loving fucking Gene Kelly musicals and fucking West Side Story. West Side Story is a movie about two groups of fucking white people and Puerto Ricans battling for the streets. They just happen to sing and dance, but guess what? They also fucking kill each other. That's without the music, that's a badass action film.
Exactly. It's what it is.
And I'm like, but it is that funny thing where it's like, that's not like, men don't do that. We watch football and drink beer. I'm like, I watch football, drink beer, and then I'll fucking jam to fucking, Les Miserables.
Yeah.
Fucking sick. I'll do both.
You got to own it. Owning it is what makes it.
And I think, so the purpose of that is I think the whole thing with like, as a kid, what you're talking about with like testosterone and stuff is like, you want to like the things you like, but there is like that kind of negative connotation. Negative connotation of like you're not supposed to like that. You're not supposed to like theater. Theater is for girls and gay guys, which is the wildest thing. Because I'm like Hugh Jackman, Bradley Cooper, like they're
both gay.
Yeah,
both closet homosexual.
Neil Patrick Harris, yeah. But it's like, it's just a funny fucking thing, dude. Where it's like that's like, But it's fucking weird.
All right, here's the last one, and you'll like, and this is interesting because you like me at the Catholic school. And we'll get out of here after this. Oklahoma has ordered all schools to teach the Bible immediately. Oklahoma has ordered all schools to begin incorporating the Bible into lessons in the latest U.S. cultural flashpoint over religion in the classroom. The state's chief school official, Superintendent Ryan Walters, has ruled that it was compulsory, requiring immediate and strict compliance. Now, you went to Catholic school where you had to learn, the Bible, and I went to CCD classes.
Yeah.
Could you imagine state schools having to force this shit? Going to Catholic schools. Let me guess. You just slept most of the time in mass. You didn't pay attention to shit.
It's just like it's part of your daily routine.
That's the thing. Compulsory education never works.
But also, like,
in my opinion, I've never been compulsorily forced to learn something and wanted it.
Look, here's the thing: is like, if you're gonna do that, then it's also like, guess what? If there's fucking people that practice Islam, congrats, you should have to teach the Quran.
Throw a rug down and have them fucking teach.
Make people learn about the Quran. Make them learn about the Torah. So that it's like you can't. It's the whole thing.
Pick and choose.
The whole thing with public schools in the South, and like it is like I think everybody does get it. The South is very conservative, very Christian. That's their political viewpoint. But I go, the whole thing with public schools, the idea is that like you don't force the one thing on it.
Yeah.
It's like also you ever fucking sit in religion class? It's not that exciting.
That's my point.
Yeah.
That's my point. You can even if they force kids who are Muslim or Jewish to learn the Bible. Even the fucking Christian kids aren't going to pay attention.
I couldn't tell you.
So what the fuck do they care? Like, all you're doing is wasting time.
It really is.
Teach them science.
Dude, fuck
mathematics, something, anything. Useful.
Teach them how to
gym,
fucking change an oil.
Yeah, physical education, balance a checkbook, get a mortgage, pay your taxes.
Dude.
Any number of fucking subjects
In Catholic
that are more useful than that.
In Catholic school, you had health for one semester freshman year. You had gym class for your second semester freshman year. That was it. You took religion for 4 years.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
You know how to secure a mortgage?
I couldn't. Yeah.
Do you know what the subprime rate is? No.
Yeah. No. But I'll sign
nothing useful. Nothing useful.
No, but I'll sign $100,000 in debt when I graduate. But thank God I know about Sodom and Gomorrah and Jesus and the 7 fishes. Because that's gonna fucking do me well.
Yeah, there's when you're changing a tire on the road, Sodom and Gomorrah is really gonna come up.
Yeah. Hey, you ever heard of this place called Sodom and Gomorrah? I'm thinking about visiting with the boys. Bachelor party. I don't know. I've heard good things about it. David and Goliath.
Popular.
Yeah, David and Goliath are going to come. David is going to get butt fucked.
Where can the people find you, Tommy Mitchell?
On all social at Tommy Mitchell with 2 Y's. Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, the whole shebang.
2 eyes?
2 Y's.
2 Y's. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I could. Goddamn these fucking kids.
I'll put a link for Tommy Mitchell.
Dude,
where you at next? So this is coming out not next week, but the following.
Okay, so by the time this comes out, I'm doing 2 weeks in Philly. I'm doing a couple shows. I'm opening for my buddy Max at Punchline on the 18th of July.
Perfect.
Then opening up at Helium for my buddy Benedict on the 25th. Doing Central PA, popping down, doing a couple Don't Tell shows. Nice. Kind of just hustling all over. Love the East Coast, and it's summertime. You find me at the Jersey Shore drunk too.
Yeah, dude.
100%.
You'll find him at a special person summer camp near you, picking up
camp counseling. I was a counselor for like 15 years.
Love having you back on, dude.
Dude, always a pleasure. Love being here.
Absolutely, guys. You can find me at Randy Valero as always. Follow the podcast at Ready Set Blow Podcast. You know all the shit. Fucking social media. Figure it out, guys. We love you. Peace.
Later.